been basically what you envisioned? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been great. I mean, you guys have been at the games. I mean, you feel like you're at a high-level college basketball game. I mean, it's I've been fortunate throughout the years to be in some unbelievable environments, all across the country, probably most of them, if not all of them. And the way our students are getting excited, the way our fans, our season ticket holders, it's definitely become a tough place. I mean, you hear other coaches, other players, the environment has been great, and that's all we ask for is for that kind of support, because a lot of times that's what we see when we go on the road. So you want to be able at home to know that your people are behind you and are passionate and are hungry to win just like we are.
Another chance to make history, but also a game you kind of let go here. What's the driving factor?
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime you play on the road, it's a tough game, and we're playing a team that has won 2 of their last 3 and obviously beat us a couple weeks ago and deserved to beat us. I mean, they made the plays down the stretch to win. So we have great respect for who Illinois is. We understand this time of year, every game is very important, no matter who you're playing, where you're playing them. And hopefully we can clean some stuff up. We had some critical miscues, especially on the offensive end down the stretch of that game. And you're not going to win in this league if you don't execute late, and we were able, conversely, to do that very well in the Rutgers game. So, it's going to be one of those games. Both teams are going to play really hard. It's going to be great energy in there. Both teams are going to be ready to play, and it's going to be about which team executes better and makes the plays to win.
Now that he's back in the starting lineup, what can you tell us about Scotty's process during that time when he was out?
Yeah, frustrating for him. On a personal standpoint, you're talking about a guy who, when he got sick, he was putting up an all-league type season. He's one of the leading scorers in the conference. He's playing great. He's really confident. And, all of a sudden now you're told you're not going to be able to play for a few weeks. That's no fun for anybody, especially when you're in a great rhythm and you're feeling great. And we had won 6 in a row. So, it was frustrating for him. He did everything he could. He got healthy, and we were a little bit, as you guys know, that there's not a whole lot you can do other than just try to get healthy during that time. So right now we're playing a little bit catch up on conditioning, on just ball skills, shooting, playing at game speed, all those kind of things. It's going to take him a little time to get his conditioning back to where it was, before he got sick.
Obviously, a tough day. Do you feel you guys improved them being?
I think it gave an opportunity for guys to play more minutes, to play valuable minutes. It's like what we saw with Barrett, when Derek was out. It was at a time of the season where we had a really rough stretch of games. I think we played 3 top 20 teams out of the 4 games he missed. And being able to get that win at Madison, I think, was big for our team. I think it would have been much more demoralizing if we got through that stretch having not won any games. I thought Isaiah has gotten better from it, getting those meaningful minutes. I thought Taphorn, him getting more meaningful minutes, being out there, I thought it's helped those guys. So hopefully now down the stretch, it's made our bench that much stronger.
You said you played Scotty a little more than you wanted to against Rutgers. Do you have any target on how much you want to use?
Yeah, we're not on like a pitch count or a minutes restriction or anything like that. It's more just a feel. I was hoping I was hoping if I could get him to 20 minutes against Rutgers, I thought that would be really good considering, everything with conditioning and being back out there. And I knew he was going to get really tired at the beginning because he's excited. It's that first emotional burst. And then I was hoping he'd get that second wind and be able to come back, and he did. I just thought in the second half he played a lot more tired. I thought I overused him in the first half and didn't do as good a job as I can do, kind of getting him in and out and shorter dosage. So I'm not really on a minutes count. It's just more feel of what I see out there, how he's playing, what he looks like. And, little by little, hopefully by the time, we have 4 more games, with each game, he can get a little bit closer to more back what his role was before he got sick.
Did Saturday feel at all like a game that you maybe would have lost last year or 2 years ago? And was it in any way like emblematic of the strides that?
Yeah, I think after the game you think about those things. I think in the heat of the battle you don't want your mind to go there. I think, but there's no question. Look at our history. Those were games that things are not going well. We had a long scoring drought. They were presenting us problems with what they were doing offensively. We were a little bit disconnected on that end. And our guys just kept saying in the huddle, though, I loved we just kept saying, let's find a way. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be one of those days we're going to have to grind this one out. And we just kept saying that to each other, and fortunately those last 6 or 7 minutes, I thought we played pretty good basketball in order to win against, everyone looks at Rutgers and they're a lot better. You look at what they've done, they haven't had the wins, but to me that's not a 2-13 team when you look at their guards and how hard they play and their size. So we knew they were good. They played well against us. They played really hard, and we had to really dig down and get that one, which was a great feeling because in the past, those are some games we maybe haven't taken advantage of.
You guys are going to be playing meaningful games in February for the first time.
Yeah.
What is the solution to handling that situation?
Well, I think it's every program when you want to get to that level where you're in the mix late in the season, you have to deal with that. That's part of it. And so for us, it's a new experience. I really want these guys to stay in the present. I've talked about it a lot. I want them to play loose. I want them to play free. I want them to play hungry. I try to deflect as much pressure or stress onto myself so they can take it off of them, because we can't play that way. We're not going to be successful if we play with pressure on our backs, if we play with a burden on us to have to be perfect or to have to make plays. We have to play loose. We have to play with confidence. You guys see when this team is good. We play with great energy. They play with enthusiasm. They have fun out there playing with one another. And that's our formula to play well. So, we just trying to stay in the present. We know every game from here on out is a big game. It just is. And we're excited about that because it's what we've earned. I mean, we've earned that right with how we've played through these first 27. So it's a great time to be playing big games, meaningful games, and I know our guys are excited about getting back out there tomorrow.
Have you seen any signs that they're feeling?
I haven't really. I mean, I haven't. I just think we have a mature group. We've really stayed together. I think we've tried to take the added attention and the focus that's been on us from a media standpoint, from a national standpoint. I think we've taken it pretty much in stride. There's a quiet confidence amongst our guys that, we are good and, we belong here and this is what we expected. So I like the leadership of the team and the way they're talking to each other, and hopefully we can keep that going, and it starts tomorrow.
What are you drawing from Duke, coaching in this situation?
Well, for me, guys, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, my whole life I've dealt with pressure. When I played, I decided to be a basketball player, a young kid. My dad was the #1 pick of the draft and an NBA All-Star. So, I mean, I've had eyes on me and expectations on me ever since I've been playing in middle school. So, and then I chose to be at a program where it's the biggest pressure cooker in all of college basketball, maybe in sports. So, for me, this is just what I'm used to. So I'm fine with it. I understand that's what it's about. That's what you got to do. And our guys are learning. I'm hoping that my experiences, we talk about it. At the end of the day, though, I'm not playing. So, as much as I can not feel pressure and all those things, it's our job as a staff to keep these guys focused on each game and focused on our preparation and focused on our motivation for whatever game's in front of us. Yeah. Yeah, Bryant's a real confident kid. And, you forget about Bryant, he's a 2-time state champion in the state of Indiana. So, he's played in big games. I mean, you guys that know Indiana high school basketball, you get in the state tournament in Indiana, those places are packed. There's pressure, there's expectation, and he seems to thrive in those situations. He loves that arena, he loves that environment, he believes in himself, and it carries over to our team. He's our leader out there, and I think our guys feed off of him.
Depth was a big problem against Illinois last time. Their bench scored a lot of points.
Yeah.
Scotty back and everyone's shifting down. How can you counterbalance that this time?
Yeah, hopefully we're getting back more into our normal roles. I mean, like we said, Scotty's going to be a little bit of a process, but there's always an adjustment period. We had Scotty and then we had to change, and now he's back. So we're kind of adjusting now to, Isaiah or Taphorn had been starting. Now they're going to be back more in their comfortable roles, coming off the bench and being ready to do that. And, hopefully it'll be a little bit more seamless of a transition, knowing that we played a good chunk of our season, with that kind of rotation. And, it gives us more firepower, no doubt about it. When you can now bring Taphorn, Isaiah, Gavin, Barrett, those 4 guys off the bench, they've all played very well, and it gives us more depth and something that we got to lean on as we get down the stretch here the last couple weeks.
What's the psychological difference of pulling a game like Saturday out
Yeah, no, I think it's huge. I mean, anytime you can find a way to win, maybe you're not at your best and not clicking on all cylinders, with what's at stake, at the end of the season. I think it was a big confidence boost for our guys. Our guys felt great about what they did. I think we were frustrated we didn't play better, but that happens. And part of it was what Rutgers. I mean, it wasn't just us not showing up; they did that to us. But for our guys to know that they can dig down and still win a game like that when we're not shooting great, we had a long drought, we struggled defensively at times, I think is a huge confidence boost.